Hello and welcome to the Sage Video On Demand series, the Sage Extended Enterprise Suite. In today's session, we will discuss how you, Sage, and our Sage business partners can help your organization be more productive and competitive in today's market. A quick highlight of the agenda. We'll discuss some of the new features available in the Sage Extended Enterprise Suite, including business process automation, productivity, time management, tools, and methodology, some sales, marketing, and customer service features available to you. A quick highlight of productivity management and why it looks a lot like CRM. How your organization can apply these features immediately to see benefits today, not in weeks or months. A quick review and some contact details. One thing I'd like to do is talk about how a successful sales relationship begins. I think we need to be clear between yourselves, our partners, Sage, that it's in all of our best interests to make sure that we each become a part of our organizations. What I mean by that is we really need to know the ins and outs of your business so we can determine if we can deliver the appropriate solution to you. As long as we all understand that in the beginning of the sales process and we're clear on your buying process and decision-making process, our partners in Sage can help inject culture, business process, methodology, and technology changes. We succeed when the people in our organizations become more efficient and productive. Which is a nice segue. I took this from Tom Hopkins' website. Tom Hopkins does sales, motivation, leadership, and time management speaking. And I think at the core of the Extended Enterprise Suite is productivity management, interaction management, relationship management, whatever you want to call it. It is tracking communications against everyone that we interact with and handling them quickly, easily, professionally, and efficiently. Some of the things that you can expect from Sage and its business partner channel go beyond technology. Methodology, culture changes, and suggestions. Again, we want to become part of your business, part of the brain trust to help you improve. A quick example of that is a productivity management exercise. This exercise is used for individuals. You list out every single task that you need to accomplish in your day. You categorize those tasks with their phone calls, emails, face-to-face, a dentist appointment, got to go grocery shopping, whatever those are within your work day. Apply a time to each of those tasks. Prioritize the tasks, whether it's big rocks, little rocks, stars, A through F example you see here, we're prioritizing them to make sure that we get the most important things done right away. Fill 75% of your day with those tasks. Reason being is simple. We want to make sure that all of our tasks are done efficiently and effectively throughout the day. And if we have net new tasks coming in that we're not expecting, they don't surprise us. Hence, the 75% of my day is filled with these tasks. Here's an example. Now take that prioritization list and move the things that you might have rated D, F, and really evaluate them. And if the reason you put them there is because you don't like to do them, reevaluate them. Brian Tracy says, eat that frog. His example is he hates to do cold calling. It automatically becomes an A and goes to the top of his priority list. Well, what do you say does this have to do with the Extended Enterprise Suite and your evaluation of accounting, CRM? Well, it's simple. The technology has the ability and has the functionality built in. So as you can see on this screen, I have a calendar and I can sort my tasks by grade. I can also sort them by duration. I also have personal development reports in the system that allow me to preview my day. You can see in this example, it's a list of all of my tasks, the amount or time that I have set aside for each one in minutes, and they're sorted by the grade. At the bottom, you can see I have filled 317 minutes of my day, giving me plenty of time to handle unexpected things coming in. Another nice popular method of efficiency is to evaluate the tasks post-completion. So here you can see a report that is generated through the system that I go in and I actually see where I could have improved on the task, what went well in that task, and I gave it a post-task grade. So we've got the ability to use technology to apply some time-tested productivity, culture, and methodology changes with the added features in the Extended Enterprise Suite. Another methodology and culture that we hear a lot about is, who do we sell to? One of the things that many organizations do is they forget the brain power they have internally. A suggested method for that is to get people together for a lunch and learn or an off-site event, a couple of hours, and actually whiteboard the industries they've worked in, the job titles they had in those industries, their primary responsibilities in those jobs. And then you can acknowledge the common areas and industry type. You get to know each other. You see some commonalities. You joke a little bit. You laugh a little bit about working at Kentucky Fried Chicken right out of high school. Now you take the products and services that you sell and you apply them into those industries, and you ask these folks, hey, how would our products and services benefited you in that industry, in that organization? The objective of this is simple. You come out of it with a value proposition document that helps your sales and marketing teams better understand how your products and services apply to industries and to titles. This is a great team building exercise, and one I suggest you use. So what does this have to do with your Extended Enterprise Suite? Well, you know what helps you better understand the expertise internally that you may not know you had. It helps you determine industry types to approach and job descriptions to approach within those organizations, and you can apply that through the marketing automation technology within the Extended Enterprise Suite. It really helps you build that teamwork, that underlying important concept that we all have, that working together is going to better our organization. And that's the true spirit of customer relationship management, productivity management, whatever we're calling it today. And that is, everyone's on the same page. We all have the same goal in mind. And if we happen to be using one central repository or portal for that access, the Extended Enterprise Suite is the way to go. I also provide you an exercise that you can introduce to your clients and suggest that they give it a try. Becoming part of your client's business is also how you're successful, much like we want to become part of your business. Some other time management tips. Set aside blocks of time. Discipline yourself. If you're doing cold calls in this example, shut off your phone, put on your voicemail out of office, put on your email out of office. People will understand if you don't respond within an hour or two. Most people are used to a day. It allows you to focus. If I'm a marketing writer, I need to focus. I can't be answering the phones in between. Doing the prep work necessary to be successful. So again, whether this is value proposition documents built internally, I'm a marketing or a sales team and I'm going out to do the research on potential clients and prospects, or if I'm a finance person or an operational person and I just want to manage my time and my day appropriately, gives me the opportunity to do the prep work to do that, to learn. Find that niche and focus on it. Again, segmentation of data, one database. that has all of your leads and your customers, etc., that you can manipulate and review and better understand your customers. And that's all available in the Extended Enterprise Suite. Committing to a process that works for you as individuals and as an organization. And I know process is difficult, but the fact of the matter is that if you have an underlying technology and a general idea of what's working well, whether that's passed down from someone's head or not, you can slowly start to build it into the automation of the Extended Enterprise Suite. And then it becomes second nature for new people coming on. They don't know that they're using a methodology or a process. That's not how they think about it, but when in fact they are. And they become very consistent in the manner that they use it. So what does this have to do with the Extended Enterprise Suite? Well, the calendaring and task management gives you the ability to block off your time, to let people know you're not available. And as we discussed, to prioritize those tasks, whatever they are, whether it's AR collection calls, AP vendor calls, whether it's marketing writing or sales calls or emails, you have the ability to actually organize your time through the Extended Enterprise Suite. We talked about capturing the appropriate information for whether it's marketing or internal, or in this case on this screen for a sales prospect. So we know which opportunities are more likely to close. We know which leads we should focus on. The Extended Enterprise Suite gives you the technology to build out those processes that you're using today quickly and easily and get up and running in days, not weeks or months. Even down to your research. The Extended Enterprise Suite has access to keep your username and passwords for all of those websites you like to use as an individual, all of the research sites that you use, all of the networking sites that you use to prospect, to build your personal brand, to build your organization's brand. Productivity management sounds a lot like CRM. If you've heard the term customer relationship management, it includes sales, marketing, customer service, productivity and task management, and workflow or process automation software. We were asked by many of our customers, why is there no financial package that includes these process automations, this task management? I have people in AR and AP that are on the phones as much as anybody, that are handling emails as much as anybody, if not more. Why have we not been delivered tools that my folks can use, my purchasing agents, my internal IT staff? Well, with the ACPAC Sage Extended Enterprise Suite, now you have those features. Now you have that information. Now you have that process automation. Now you have that task management tool and the partners and Sage to help you work on the methodology and the culture. The Extended Enterprise Suite is all about interactions. At the basic level, the bottom line is we want to make sure each and every transaction, interaction, phone call, whatever you want to call it, which with everyone we deal with is successful, or we learned from it if it wasn't successful. We become more efficient, more accurate in what we're doing. We become interactive as an organization with our customers, our prospects, and internally. Those are all about communications. And that is productivity management, customer relationship management, the Extended Enterprise Suite at its core. The ability to quickly and easily create new tasks, whether they're phone calls or orders, or whether they're sales opportunities or leads, or whether they're projects or appointments. Right-clicking, getting to that information quickly and easily is very important. We want to streamline the processes, not make them more difficult. Tracking every interaction with an organization, from your sales team to your support team to your customer excellence team to your executive team to your operational team to your finance team to your marketing team. Everyone in your organization tracks the communications with this organization on the screen now, so we know what we're saying to our customers. We know the effort we're putting out to win and lose customers. An example here is the Quick Look tab that shows you support cases and incidents, sales opportunities, and communications for one organization on one page. Productivity management means we're all able to see what the last person that spoke to this customer has told them and be consistent and accurate. And of course, integration with your Outlook is critical because we spend a lot of time in our email and Outlook clients. The Extended Enterprise Suite is viewed directly through your Outlook. No reason to move in and out of the solution. The functionality is all provided through the Outlook client if you prefer to work there. The Extended Enterprise Suite can do some pretty powerful things. Your organization, your business partner, and Sage all want to get there. By tracking all of these communications, by tracking all of the invoices, whether it's AP, AR, whether it's orders or quotes, whether it's RMAs, whether it's projects, by having access and tracking that information through that one central portal that is the Extended Enterprise Suite, our organization becomes more accurate, more efficient. We become more interactive internally and externally. We're consistent with our customers so they don't have to call us 5 times to get information. That makes us more reliable. We're more available because we're not answering the same question multiple times. We have accountability to ourselves and to our organization to preview and review our tasks, find out what it is we're doing well and doing not so well, and in the end that builds a trust with our prospects and our customers that our organization is being as efficient as it possibly can be to deliver products and services to them. So how do we apply this tomorrow? This is not a 6-month process. This is if I see value in the next 10 slides, since the server and a user is included in the Extended Enterprise Suite, I think by the time we'll get to the end of this, it's a no-brainer. The value is certainly greater than the cost of the solution. So let's start with our finance team. Can we get people to pay sooner? Ask yourself these questions. How much cash do you collect every month? What if you could collect that cash sooner, even if it's 2 days, 7 days sooner? How do you do that? Automatic follow-up emails. Phone calls to your best prospects or the ones with the biggest invoices, just to remind them that the invoice is in the mail or it might already be on their desk. Here's an example. You collect $500,000 a month. If you collect 25% of that 7 days earlier, you've saved $865 and more that the bank pays you in interest. The bottom line is that cash is the blood life of your organization, the oxygen of your organization. The sooner you get it in, the more you have it available, the better off you are. How much time is wasted in a credit approval process? Think about the process of somebody's paying with credit card or check or COD right now, and they all of a sudden want to apply for credit. The credit application has to be sent out. The information needs to be filled out completely. The franchise tax ID, you run DMB reports or whatever it is your organization does to give these folks credit or terms, and most of that is handled via the basket with manual paper put in it or email. And we all rely on email so much for everything we do that the reality is lots of things slip through the cracks or are delayed. How much time do you spend chasing paperwork, chasing down the account manager, chasing down the customer? I've heard finance people say that they spend as much time educating the sales team on what they actually need for terms as they do just getting the job done itself. So what if we could automate that process by put a button in the lower right-hand corner of the screen that says request credit increase or requesting terms, and it sends an email out with the latest credit application on it, or reminds a salesperson to do it with a list of all of the things that need to be sent. A task is put on the calendar of the salesperson or the person in finance that typically follows up to make sure the credit application is filled out completely. Making sure that none of this falls between the cracks. Alerts and escalations remind us if the credit application has been out for 2 or 3 days. Notifications pop up on the screen. Say, hey, make sure you call that customer. What about those late payers? How much interest are you losing on that money? So we talked about the people that have net 15, net 30, and getting them to pay 6 or 7 days earlier. What about the people that have net 30 but always pay in 60? If we can get them to pay on time, we're talking much more than just 7 days worth of interest in each one of those. And how often is it that these organizations aren't strapped for cash? They're just so busy. A relationship hasn't been built with that payables clerk. Appropriate follow-up with friendly emails and or phone calls if they're a large enough vendor aren't being made because right now we're calling from lists. Most of the organizations that I've talked to over the last 3 to 5 months, I was shocked to find out that they print out lists or reports of past due invoices and call from those. They may keep notes in their accounting system, but no real tracking of the number of phone calls, what was said, who was called and who hasn't been called. If they're sending a check in the mail, putting those specific notes. What if that person's out sick tomorrow? Who picks up that list and runs with it? A quick example. So what if a follow-up call was automatically created on your calendar under a collections tab, which you see in the upper right-hand corner in your extended enterprise suite? What if it told you the number of days it was overdue, the amount, and it also told you the notes from the last call? How much more efficient would this make your organization in capturing the oxygenal lifeblood of the organization, which is cash? You can also see the notifications across the top we talked about, reminding us of all of the different tasks and things that we're going through on a day-to-day basis. What about our vendors? Are we paying our best vendors on time? Do vendors reward us if we pay on time? Do we have a preferred vendor list? Where do we keep all of our legal documents, all of our partner agreements, all of those things that we really may need in dealing with our vendors? Probably in a file behind our desk. The Extended Enterprise Suite allows you the ability to track not just communications, but documents and store them within those vendor accounts, or rate these vendors A through B, 5 stars through 1 stars, big rocks or little rocks, however you want to rate these vendors to make sure that the AP invoices are paid on time. That if you are getting a reward from those organizations for early payment, that early payment is made. Notes are tracked in the system, and relationships can be built with those vendors. A quick example. Gentleman owned a flower shop. He bought most of his flowers from this botanical garden. He had someone out sick 3 or 4 days, and his flowers weren't delivered. It cost him thousands of dollars. Now that's just one example. But our relationships with our vendors is as important as any other relationship we have. Your ability to track their information, to track communications, to track multiple people in that organization that we may be working with is crucial to your success. And that can be done through the Extended Enterprise Suite. What about a purchasing process? Say a manager wants to request 10 computers, or the CD player broke. They send information via email typically. Purchasing agent or they themselves go out to Dell and Gateway and Bill's Computers, and they get 3 quotes, and then they negotiate those deals. They try and negotiate them down. They send those final quotes on back to that manager via email, I'm sure, or hand them to him manually. They approve one. The purchasing agent cuts a PO, places an order with that organization. Typically that invoice goes back to the manager, and who knows if it sits on their desk for weeks on end. That somehow gets back to payables, and they pay off the invoice. The single fact of the matter is, much like the credit approval process, the Extended Enterprise Suite gives you an automated process to handle these types of requests. I'm a manager. I right-click on New Purchase Request. I fill out a purchase requisition, fill out all the details that our organization requires. It alerts the purchasing agent or whoever does the buying in your organization that they have a new request in the system. All the details. They capture those quotes. They do their negotiating in the Extended Enterprise Suite so they know who they're negotiating with. They know what they said. They store those quotes. When they're happy with them, that alerts the manager. The manager approves one of the quotes. The purchasing agent creates a purchase order. Payables is alerted that an invoice may be coming to the manager or to themselves. A task is put on the manager's desk 2 weeks later to check for that invoice and make sure that it gets to the appropriate people. All of those things are handled manually and via email and spreadsheets today. With the Extended Enterprise Suite, all information is tracked in that central repository, and by simply clicking buttons, our managers, our purchasing agents, our payables have a list of tasks to accomplish, forewarned of new tasks they may have, and the ability to prioritize. Another example is internal IT. Let's say I don't want to buy a new CD player. Let's say it breaks off. I decide to use it as a cup holder. How is your organization handling that today? Are they sending an email? Are they filling out a form online? The Extended Enterprise Suite has case management. The ability for internal tech support, customer support teams to create unique support cases, prioritize them, capture details, resolve them, and move on. Do we know as an organization how much our IT department is wasting on things that could be trained and educated? With the Extended Enterprise Suite, you can absolutely capture that information without additional work, giving your IT department a list of tasks to do, a list of support cases for them to prioritize, to resolve, and to move on. As you can see so far, the Extended Enterprise Suite is not just accounting anymore. Sage, our business partners, and our customers came to the conclusion that it was simple. We needed task management, productivity management, process automation, sales, marketing, and customer service software and features as one end-to-end application. Some examples of the internal case management. In many demonstrations about CRM or productivity management or sales software, relationship management software, they don't focus on finance, on purchasing, on internal IT, and that's exactly why we are. Everyone in the organization can benefit from productivity improvements, from communication improvements, and that includes the finance team. At Sage, we include a server and a user with the ACPAC Sage Extended Enterprise Suite. We've shown you 5 examples, and I can imagine by showing you those 5, you now see the value and are thinking of other ways your folks could use the system internally. Discuss some intangibles. By giving the sales team access to certain bits of financial data, we don't have salespeople calling accounting all the time, especially on the last 2 days of the month. We give them access to the appropriate information for orders, invoices, discounts, inventory control. We alert them when the customer's on hold before they place an order. We give them access to their credit and their credit limit. and how much they've spent to date. So they know if they're holding a $10,000 order and the customer only has $2,000 available, they can't place that order while the customer is on the phone. They can resolve the issue. If you give them security rights, salespeople can make certain changes to the system. Keeping clean data. Deduplication, when companies are added into the system, it checks the system and says, wait a minute, this customer is already here. Are you sure you want to enter them again? Process automation and alerts. Tell the sales, marketing, customer service, everyone in our organization, hey, you need these 5 things to accomplish this task. Customer is on credit hold. Lower right-hand corner. This is a prospect that is not yet in our financial system. As a salesperson, I click a button and it lets the financial folks know to promote them to an AR customer. Not something we want our salespeople doing. Give them access to their credit limit, their balance due. Are they on hold? Access to previous sales order and invoice history, return material authorizations, the customer care and cases that are outstanding for this client. An unlimited amount of information that is critical to improving our interactions with our prospects, customers, and our internal staff. A lot of people ask, what does this cost? Well, what I say is very simply, we need to talk about what your organization needs. We've already shown you many different ways that this can save you money or increase revenue by shortening sales cycles, by giving salespeople access to accurate information. So if we were to tell you that this costs X dollars, but we could bring back more by saving you money in administrative costs or increasing your revenue, would that be a good business decision? And we think we know the answer to that question. So just something to think about. We've touched on the Extended Enterprise Suite from a productivity perspective, time management, how finance can use it tomorrow, not in weeks, not in months. The sales team can use it tomorrow. Purchasing and IT, access and process automation, task management, time management. And some questions for you to ask yourselves. Do we need the Extended Enterprise Suite? If you're an existing Sage customer and you're considering the upgrade to the Extended Enterprise Suite, don't consider it any longer. This functionality is included with the upgrade. We have not even discussed detailed Salesforce automation, pipeline, opportunity management, workflow, lead distribution, web self-service, marketing automation, surveys, landing pages, HTML email blasts, case management. We have not even touched the surface of the Extended Enterprise Suite. But I do want to give you an idea of the value tomorrow if you start today. Thank you for taking the time to join us in the Video on Demand series, the Sage Extended Enterprise Suite. Please contact with any questions or your business partner going forward. Have a great day.